Aces, right?
36-yard pass play.
And DeJuan Stewart was all over Williams, and Rafferty laid it right in there, and a great job by Williams to look it in and hold on to it and pick up a big first down.
And remember, Gabe is not very big. He checks in at 5'6", 155. First and 10 Aces after the pass play. Rafferty hands off. Lang outside. He's got some running room. Spins back to around the 20. He's very close to the marker. Maybe a couple, 2 or 3 yards away. Nice run by Johnny. Well, they're marking back at the 21. So now he's about 4 yards away. 2nd and 6 after the pickup of 6.
And maybe that big play to Williams will get this Aces offense rolling. We've been kind of sluggish here in this first half, but maybe we're going to get things going now.
Rafferty calls the signals. Back stay on the bone. Murphysboro coaches hollering for a change on defense. Rafferty keeps himself, turns it, gets to the 15, may have the first down. It looks like he does. On a run, Rafferty kept it for the first down.
That's the side Jim Woodward was wanting someone to come over to, that right side. Now he's going to call a timeout. He wasn't very happy at all with his defensive alignment that time. He tried to make the changes, and they couldn't get it done before the Aces got the first down.
We'll take a break. 6:12 for the first half. Mount Carmel 7, Murphysboro 6. Back in a moment.
At the studios of the New Mix 100.5 for Guy Hadley's in Uptown Mount Carmel. Have you been up to take a look at our new menu lately? We've got 56 sandwiches. We've got 10 big salads. We've got homegrown shiitake mushrooms. We've even got frog legs on the menu. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. Again, this is Terry Beckerman at the studios of the new Mix 100.5 for Guy Hadley's in fabulous Uptown Mount Carmel.
Our heating and air conditioning dealer is Dave Lennox.
Actually, that's Glenn Swartz. That's Swartz Heating and Air Conditioning.
People trust Dave to keep them comfortable.
Glenn Swartz.
It's not just that Dave has the best equipment.
This is Dave. I'm Glenn.
He also passed that Lennox Quality Dealer Standards program.
Dave, Glenn. So,
if you've got a problem, call Dave.
Or call Swartz Heating and Air Conditioning.
Lennox, 5,000 independent dealers, 100 years of service. One less thing to worry about.
12 to go.
Attaboy, Dave. Glenn.
At the First National Bank, our new drive-up teller machine, Mac, is so popular it seems everyone in town is lining up to meet him. That's because Mac offers access to cash, deposits, payments, and account transfers 24 hours a day, all from the convenience of your vehicle, no matter what the vehicle may be. Mac also accepts most major credit cards and virtually all other network ATM cards for cash advances. Join the people who have already become friends with Mac at the First National Bank across from Target in Mount Carmel, member FDIC. It's 12 to go. First half of play here. Scott Allen, Rob Blackman, Kevin Madden, Rick Johnston. First round of the state playoffs. And there's your score, 7-6. Aces lead with 6:12 to go in the half.
Well, the Aces offense really coming to life, especially after that big throw to Williams. I think Coach Johnston over on the sidelines.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Straw really communicating well right there with blocking schemes up front, and we need to shove it in the end zone here.
Now Rafferty sets it down, backs on the ball on 1st and 10 from the 15, hands off. Newman, big hole, 10, 5, and will he get in? Yes! He rolls into the end zone. Will they give him credit? They have not signaled yet. Oh, come on. He's got to have it.
He's awful close.
Oh, my. They didn't give him the touchdown.
But it was still a heck of a run, though, even if they give him the touchdown or not. It puts us on the doorstep, and a great run, and what a hole that the line opened up for Newman that time.
And Coach Johnson just said
14 yards for Newman.
The line had been communicated too well, that's for sure.
First and goal. Rafferty hands off. Lang powers his way. Touchdown! There you go. Johnny Lang, his second score of the day, and the Aces lead 13-6. Let's go to the sideline.
This scene this year, I don't think the chart automatically called for an unbalanced line, and I tell you what, we just overpowered them on the left-hand side.
Well, we got what we deserved because it looked like Newman scored the play before. Now Peter will hold for Newkirk with 5:54 to go in the first half. Try to tack on the point after. These get more important, too, since they've missed one. Here's the snap. Nope, no snap.
They jumped off sides.
Yeah, Rogers jumped on the left side, so that put a little bit closer. Now John Hart's going to go for 2.
Yeah, really put some distance up there now.
And if the Aces get 2 here, if you're Murphysboro, you're really kicking yourself because that now gives you a 9-point advantage. Not only did you miss the extra point, you goof up on defense when we're trying to kick one. Now you give us a chance to get 2 more on you, and a 9-point spread now takes you a distance away from 1 touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You still have a 1-point lead.
So the Aces line it up from the 1.5-yard line now, going for 2. Rafferty hands off Langhill. Huge hole! Huge hole! Much as the last play. And the Aces score the 2 That's a huge two-point conversion. Mount Carmel leads Murphysboro 15-6 with 5:54 to go in the first half. Back in a moment.
When you're looking for the best in checking, look no further than the Bank of Mount Carmel. Whether you want the convenience of free checking with unlimited withdrawals, the popular Bank Club account with its many benefits, or an interest-bearing Now or Super Now account, we have a checking option that's just right for you. Bank of Mount Carmel even offers the special Star account based on money market interest rates. When you need checking with the best flexibility and benefits, look for the sign of complete friendly banking services. Look for Bank of Mount Carmel, located at the corner of 6th and Market Street, Mount Carmel, Illinois.
You need gravel for that driveway, parking area, or roadway. Call Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel at 262-5118. Ready-mix concrete? Well, call Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel at 262-5118. And our radio dispatch trucks will be right out. Whether it's sand and gravel, crushed stone, ready-mix concrete, oil and chip. Call Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel, 262-5118.
All right, another squib kick by the Aces, fallen on by LaMarcus Spillers at around his own 48. Well, what a job of coaching by John Hart on that touchdown play, right?
Hey, went on that unbalanced line, as Rick said, the first time we've seen it all year. So, you know, Murphysboro hasn't seen it on film. Murphysboro confused with where to put their personnel, and that hole was huge.
You mean he ethically outcoached Woodward on that play?
Coach Woodward.
And he did it ethically, too. First and 10, line of scrimmage, the 48-yard line. Morgan's back to throw. Wings it over the middle. Oh, my! What a pop! Guthman caught the ball, but that's all he did. That is all he did, as Newkirk popped it. Oh, my.
If you're a Murphysboro wide receiver, you're saying, don't give it to me. I don't want it anymore.
We've seen 3 or 4 of the best defensive hits in a while, and it's second down and 7 after that 3-yard murderer's pass.
They're just saying, not to me. Here's Guthman. Yeah. He's trying to hide over here. Look at him.
He would not allow to have another play called with him. He would have vetoed it right there in the huddle. Now Morgan keeps and gets a yard or so over the right side. He's still a couple away from the marker, maybe a yard and a half away from the marker at the 44 of Mount Carmel. It'll be third down. It's 15-6. Mount Carmel leads Murphysboro. 4:47 to go. Week 10 of the season. Only 32 teams now left with a shot at the state crown in Class 3A.
And an all-important third down here, 3rd and 2 from the Aces 44. If you don't get it here, you'd think you'd try to punt it and pin us deep. But if you get it here, then you got a chance to score before half.
All right, Morgan, the 6'2", 200. He does not look 6'2", 200, does he? Well, maybe he is. He's a senior, sets the club down with a receivers to the left. Look how far the receivers are off the line. There's a little slant in pass. Guthman's got it. First down. There he breaks away from 2 and finally brought down by Daniel at around the 35-yard line. So a pass play there of what, about 9, 10 yards? Yeah, and a first down.
And hey, give Guthman credit. I'm kind of teasing him there a couple plays before and he got nailed, but he went right over the middle that time, made a tough catch in traffic, took the hits, and gets the first down. So Guthman proving why he's a quality wide receiver.
One other thing you have to watch is they ran a pick between Guthman and Rogers that time. Rogers went down the field with no one on him, so he was wide open if they would have gone deep.
First and 10, backs in the eye, strong side left for the Red Devils. They have a flanker to the right side, and Morgan finally hands off. Rogers spins away from one, and now dragged down from behind. He got away from Daniel, who really didn't have a good shot at him anyway. But then Keith Whitaker would not let Rogers do his magic.
Yeah, and then you saw Whitaker and Brian Welch, and really Scott Newman too, latch onto him and hold on with a fear of death. I think they had him by the belt, and they were not going to let Rogers get away.
You know, Brian Welch is a kid who really could shine as well. He shined early on. His name was mentioned all the time. And what's happened is not that Brian Welch hasn't played as well, but everyone else is playing so very well in the defense that you're not going to hear a lot about an interior lineman.
And a lot of folks are running away from Welch after those first couple weeks.
But Welch now is a player who could really star in the playoffs because now these playoff coaches have only seen recent films. Here's Rogers. He tries to step away and does from 1 or 2 and has some running room down the right side near the marker. He's finally driven out of bounds at around the Aces 25-yard line. Rogers, hey, put some fancy footwork on the Aces there like we haven't seen much of this year.
Yeah, and you saw Johnny Lang dive and miss. I think Todd Offield dove and miss. I mean, this kid's a super back. He's a great player, and they're going to try to get him the ball however they can and let him work his magic with his feet. That's just a great individual play by Rogers.
Now it's 3rd and 2 after that pass play from Morgan to Rogers, the fastest man we've seen all year long based on just speed. and that he was able to get a step on someone and then try to do some open field work. And sure enough, now he sets up in a slot to the left side, and Guthman is there too, and the quarterback keeps for the first down this time. In fact, Morgan kind of dives over everyone. Let's see where they mark him. They are going to mark him all the way up at the 20-yard line. So a gain of about 6 on the quarterback keeper and a first down for Murphysboro.
Third first down of the game for Murphysboro. Here's an interesting statistic. Rogers has 5 carries for 54 yards, but one of those being the 60-yard touchdown. Every other time he's touched it, it's been negative yards or no gain running-wise. It's just been the one big play, so we've kept Rogers in check so far. Now, he has caught a couple passes on us, but as for now, I think you got to feel pretty good about how well you've handled Rogers. Take away the one big play.
And the officials call timeout. Looks like we have, Brian Welch with some blood. The second player now to have to leave the game for that. One of the Murphysboro players left earlier, big Frank Iovaldi, 6'6", 280-pounder to leave earlier for the Red Devils.
And Brian Snyder, 77, will check in for the Aces. He'll replace Welch.
So it's 1st and 10, line of scrimmage, the Aces 21. Let's see what Morgan, the Murphysboro quarterback, does. He looks around, has one wide receiver to the left side, and the back's in the eye. They have a delay handoff to Rogers, and he gets, Whitaker tries to jersey tackle him. Dent finishes him off with some help from Grant over on the right side and around the 21. May have incurred a loss on the play. Looks like he did.
Yeah, loss of 1, so yet another negative run for Rogers. I tell you, I've been trying to think who this Rogers kid reminds me of, and it just dawned on me. Carlinville star running back last year, the same type of a runner, very quick lateral movement and great breakaway speed. These two running backs remind me very much of each other.
Now it's 2nd down to the 11. Guthman checks out wide to the left side. Strong side left for the Red Devils. Morgan sets the club down in the eye. And let's see what he does. A little pop-up pass out here to the left side for Guthman. He's got it, gets between 1, 2, still going down to the 10. Finally, he's finished off by Allfield at around the 9. He did a good job of faking out Lang after the catch, and also got underneath of Newkirk out to the 10-yard line. That's a first down, a pass play of 12 yards. And a timeout called by Murphysboro with 1:26 to go in the first half. The score, Mount Carmel 15, Murphysboro 6. Back in a moment.
Now there's more of that juicy Hardee's taste in every bite of our fresh and juicy chicken, because now it's marinated. And now Hardee's offers its family value meal for just $10.99. 8 pieces of chicken, 4 made-from-scratch biscuits, your choice of 2 large side dishes, and
come on in and get it.
A peach cobbler made fresh in our kitchen. The family value meal.
Fresh from the kitchen at Hardee's.
Right back here at Riverview Stadium. Mount Carmel leads Murphysboro 15-6. We're down to 1:26 to go in the second quarter.
And I believe now Murphysboro only has 1 timeout left. They've already burned a couple here in this first half, so they're down to the final timeout.
And it is 1st and goal, so they're just inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Red Devils after that 12-yard pass play. The quarterback sets the club down. Morgan looks behind him and hands off to Rogers. He spins to his left. No, he spins right into trouble. Whitaker eventually bolts him down and out of bounds and around the 9, around the 14-yard line. A big loss of 5 on the play.
Rogers was spinning before he even got close to an Aces defender that time. That's the way he scored his touchdown, spinning out of a tackle. So he's already got the spin move going before he even gets hit.
Yeah, but that's a problem with players like that. See that? He didn't need this. He should have just gone straight ahead, gotten what he, and he spun right into trouble.
And the Aces catch a break. The officials marked his forward progress dead while he was still in bounds, so the clock continues to roll.
We're down to 51 seconds to go. It's 2nd and goal from the 14. Morgan looks, a little pass out to the right side for Guthman, incomplete. Newkirk on the coverage. Guthman complaining to the official. And Newkirk, no, I guess not. They shake hands. They're fine.
I think he was just telling Jake good coverage, and Jake did have good coverage over there. But this Guthman, hey, he's tough. 5 catches, 39 yards today. To me, he has to be their prime receiver. He's their go-to guy, especially in these situations.
A little turnout to the right side, incomplete. 3rd and goal now. Line of scrimmage, the 14 in Mount Carmel. Murphysboro trying to put points up before the half. They are down by 9. 46 seconds to go in the first half. Now they send 2 out to the left and man in motion. No setbacks now for the quarterback, Morgan. He flings it over to Rogers, who makes a move on Lang. Gets by him, now heads for the end zone to the 5. Will he get in? Yes! Touchdown! Boy, they swung that one back to the weak side, and we were not prepared for that. Morgan only had to beat Lang, and he scored angling into the end zone.
You saw that play coming. as they were on the left hash, put Rogers in motion, giving him one-on-one coverage with Lang clear to the far side of the field. And one-on-one, there aren't a whole lot of guys going to tackle Rogers, and as you saw there, a touchdown.
And a good play by the Red Devils for the 6 points there, 15-12 with 40 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Albertini will try to tack on the point after. Here is the snap, ball down, the kick is up, and it sails to the left, and is good this time, and hung in there. And with 40 seconds to go in the first half of play, Mount Carmel leads Murphysboro 15-13. We'll be back in just a moment.
Security Bank is your bank for life, all your life, and for all your financial needs. And no matter how much your needs change, we'll always keep you moving in the right direction to get you safely where you want to be. We offer a full range of financial services, so we can do a lot for you now and in the future. From simple checking to good living loans for any reason, we're here to serve your financial needs every step of the way. Security Bank, your bank for life.
All in Winterfest. Here's the kick, sails to Casburn, back it around as 5 to the 10, 15, left side, running room, he breaks outside to the 30, 35, 40, and 45 before he's finally driven out of bounds at around the 44-yard line. What a return by Casburn and a good start for the Aces. We have just 31 seconds to go in the first half.
Great return by Jed Casburn and puts us in good field position now. Now to our own 42 with 30 seconds left and all of our timeouts remaining as well. We're going to have a good chance here, I think.
All right, let's see what the Aces do here. Rafferty brings the club out in a straight bone. Everybody pulled tight. 1st and 10, and handoff is to Lang. Casburn, left side, he's got running room, 40, 35, get out of bounds, Jed. No, they pull him down shy of that, but it is a first down run to around the 37, 36-yard line. A gain of 22 by Casburn going to the right and then the left. Timeout Aces with 23 seconds to go in the first half. We'll keep it here.
And Jed Casburn scores a touchdown if he doesn't stumble. If you noticed at about the 40-yard line, if you got your VCR on at home watching on TV, rewind. He stumbles just for a second at the 40-yard line or he would have scored. Rick Johnston.
Well, I think one thing, as Jed played to me there, he wasn't sure whether he wanted to get out of bounds or not. And again, he kind of hesitated a little bit, and I think he knew he was going to get caught. He just tried to sprint to get out of bounds, and down he went. But boy, what a great kickoff.
It really was. And now the Aces have it, 1st and 10 of the Murphysboro 31-yard line. Well, wouldn't this be something to answer quickly before the half? That would really decimate Murphysboro.
This drive reminiscent of the one we had right before halftime against Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville scored late in the second quarter. The Aces went right back down and scored a long pass play to Williams.
15-13, Mount Carmel leads Murphysboro. Aces line it up now from the Red Devil 31. Backs in the bone. Rafferty barks the signals, hands off, and Casburn rolls to the right side again, running room, and he's brought down inside the 20 and around the 18-yard line. That is another first down carry, about 13 yards. The clock stops with 17 seconds to go. The Aces quickly up to the line. They're going to go without a timeout here. They have yet to move the chains. The official looking. They'll start it. The Aces are ready to take the snap. And here we go. The clock is running, and Newman now gets a handoff. And he powers over left tackle to around the 13-yard line. And we're down to 9 seconds to go. And timeout Aces. 9 seconds left, and again, we'll keep it here. Now we have the ball at the Murphysboro 13.
Really pretty good clock management for the Aces that time. They didn't take the timeout after the first down. They got right up on as the chains were set, then they ran a play, kept the ball in the middle of the field, and a big reason there to keep it in the middle of the field. We got a pretty good field goal kicker in Jake Newkirk. We're going to try to keep him somewhere in between the hashes where he can have a good shot at it. And here you are on the 13-yard line. You'd think if you don't score a touchdown, you'll at least get close enough to get Jake onto the field and at least have a field goal try before we go to the half.
And, of course, everyone looking at the flagpoles, that's the big factor, too, if we have to go to Newkirk. The wind has just picked up now at about 8 to 12 miles an hour out of the north, of course, so it's also been against him. It's also been fluttering to the west. A lot of swirling going on. But a moment before, the flag was limp on the pole. Now it's second down, and remember, still about 4 yards to go for the first down. 9 seconds to go.
And Kite hasn't been a factor yet, so keep that in mind. Maybe they'll forget about him on this pass play.
Kite lines it up to the right side. Rafferty sets the club down with a receiver to the left. And Murphysboro pulled offsides by Rafferty.
Thank you very much.
We'll take that.
That is as free as they come, and an excellent call from Aces coach John Hart, going on the stutter count, the extended count, and Murphysboro plays right into our hands and jumps offsides.
Now they're going to mark it off to around the 8, closer to the 7.5-yard line. So now we're only 4 yards in back of what would be an extra point. So that's why Newkirk could be very important here. But we have 9 seconds to go. We still have another timeout, right?
Still have a timeout remaining, yes.
Yep.
And remember, this drive has all happened in the last 31 seconds.
First and goal. Rafferty calls the signals. Lang gets the call, the 5, and he's banged down at the 4. 5 seconds and timeout called by the Aces. Timeout called. 5 seconds to go. And Lang got to around the 5, just inside that mark. What are we going to do now? Timeout, Aces. Second down. What would we try here?
Yeah, interesting. Now you're really in a pickle because with only 5 seconds to play, you could try a running play, and if you don't get it, hope that you still got enough time to get your field goal team on with a timeout. Do you try a pass play here and hope that it doesn't expire more than 5 seconds? That way, even if it's incomplete, you can get the field goal team on. Or do you just bring the kicking team on? They're in a difficult position here with just 5 seconds to go.
I think you just have to kick it now because you're out of timeouts, right? That's the third timeout.
Yeah, I'd kind of think kick too, but it looks like we're going to go for it. Well, wait a minute. Now they all calls back. And if we'd run that quick slant, just a real quick timing pattern, you might be able to get it done in 3 seconds if it's one of those little pass patterns like we run. Rick?
Nope.
Nope, we don't want to go to Rick. Okay. Sorry, Rick. Well, what are we going to do? We got 5 seconds, and that means that we're at 5 point something. We don't know how much, of course. The Aces are going to line it up with Williams to the left. It's just time for a slant, quick pop pass, that's about it, and then go for the field goal maybe, huh? 5 seconds to go. Line of scrimmage is the 5. Rafferty calls. Daniel in motion. And he's going to roll to the right. He puts it up into the end zone. It's out of bounds, incomplete, and the clock expires. It was intended for Daniel. He caught it, but he was out of bounds to the right side and out of bounds, and we come away with nothing.
And good coverage over there by the young man who's done a lot on offense, Guthman, that time doing it on the defensive side. Good coverage and forced Drew just out of bounds on the sideline.
Again, the wind came in and drifted out of bounds a little bit. Daniel caught it, but again, he was out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it ends. So a couple big momentum boosters for Murphysboro, our inability to counter, and so they hung on there, and of course the touchdown right before the end of the half. We're at halftime here. Mount Carmel still with the lead, though, in the first round of the Class 3A playoffs. The Aces lead the Red Devils 15-13, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Life.
Electric wires are too hard.
Moving in the right direction to get you safely where you want to be. We offer a full range of financial services, so we can do a lot for you now and in the future. From simple checking to good living loans for any reason, we're here to serve your financial needs every step of the way. Security Bank, your bank for life.
Electric wires are too high to touch.
Wrong. Overhead wires are insulated.
Wrong. Wood does not conduct electricity. Wrong. What you don't know can hurt you.
Take care around electricity.
Get a taste of Italy. If you like delicious Italian food and would like to dine in a refreshing, smoke-free atmosphere, come to Little Italy's Pizza. At Little Italy's, we're more than just pizza. Try our delicious pasta dishes or Italian-style sandwiches. Are kids a problem while you eat? Not at Little Italy's. We have a VCR-equipped TV so they can watch a movie or a cartoon while you dig into a family feast for only $8.95. Take a trip away from the USA and get a taste of Italy. Little Italy's Pizza.
That's the new Department band. Once you defeat the second place, and in my day, 60 band members and received Captain Awards, best majors, and best percussion. Congratulations to the Murphysboro. Let's have a nice hand for Carmel High School.
Harry Beckerman at the studios of the New Mix 100.5 for Guy Hadley's in Uptown Mount Carmel. Have you been up to take a look at our new menu lately? We've got 56 sandwiches, we've got 10 big salads, we've got homegrown shiitake mushrooms, we've even got frog legs on the menu. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. Again, this is Terry Beckerman at the studios of the new Mix 100.5 for Guy Hadley's in fabulous Uptown Mount Carmel.
For the professional electrical service that you deserve, call S.K. Smith Electrical Contractors. S.K. Smith has been providing the Wabash Valley region with commercial, residential, and industrial lighting for over 10 years. S.K. Smith also provides electrical service for farms and oil fields. Our trained and courteous technicians are always there for minor electrical repairs, troubleshooting, or even industrial wiring. Don't trust the safety of your family or co-workers to just anyone. Call S.K. Smith today. S.K. Electric, your fully bonded electrical contractors.
The crowd comes to its feet, both sides, and here we go. The kick by the Red Devils. A liner down the field, taking the drive at the 15-20, comes back to the middle, 25-30, looking for running room, and he's dropped it around the 36, and that's where Mount Carmel takes over. And let's go to the sidelines.
Well, you know, the wind is kind of swirling around now. It seems to be coming down out of the west due east. So, you know, the wind may be less of a factor here because it's moving across the field more than into or with.
Yeah. Who knows? It's really swirling here underneath the bluff. Here come the Aces out. We get the ball first to start the second half. 1st and 10 from the 35. It's Newman, the upback, Lang and Daniel, the halfbacks, in the bone. Strong side left. Rafferty hands off. Lang follows his blockers and doesn't get much.
And interesting, Jed Casburn out of the game. We're going with the big backfield here early on with Drew Daniel back there at a halfback. Looks like we're going to try to establish between tackle and just run it right up the gut with the biggest fellows we got back there.
And a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Line of scrimmage to 35. That's the way the third quarter begins. Strong side left now. Backs remain in the bone. Rafferty calls the signals. The upback Newman gets the call. Powers his way over the middle. Now tries to swing to the left and gets to around the 43. That's the progress that he will show. A gain of about 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Good run that time by Scott Newman. Just a little, looked like a fullback counter or maybe a little fullback trap action up the middle there. And Newman barrels ahead and gives us a 3rd and 2.
Kite and Grant are the tight ends. They're both pulled in. And here is Rafferty calling. And he options right himself, has the first down. He's jersey tackled at around the 48-yard line. That's all. I guess we call that a jersey tackle, but when you're grabbed by LaMarcus Spillers at 6'3", 260, and you're Chris Rafferty, you're just darn glad it was just the jersey. 1st and 10.
Glad he didn't throw you back to Market Street and as big and strong as that guy is.
Oh, man, I thought he was going to throw him like a sponge down the field. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage the 48. Receiver left, backs in the bone, and Newman gallops off the right side, 50, 45, near the marker. He's driven out of bounds at around the 43. That's right on the 10-yard marker, Scott Newman. And one of the Red Devils gets up kind of slowly, and I believe that is Spillers. He's okay, though.
As we said in the outset, it looked like the Aces here in the second half are going to establish it between the tackles, and we've done it thus far. Nothing fancy, just right up and right at you. And we've been moving the ball fairly well here, just short of the first down.
Are we going to measure or not? Apparently not. Gain of 9. 2nd down and 1. I thought they'd call timeout to measure. Receiver to the left. Rafferty hands off. Lang over left side has the first down with a run to the 40. About a 3-yard jaunt by Lang. Johnny has 2 touchdowns today, bringing his total to 22 for this year. That is a school record, as we mentioned earlier.
And very important for the Aces to get a good series off here to start the second half. Get off on the right foot and hopefully get a touchdown to really get the momentum back in the Aces' favor.
Wilcox checks wide to the left side, leans in to hear the signals from Rafferty, who sets the club up 1st and 10 from the Murphy 41. Lang, big hole left side, but it's closed up at around the 35-yard line, is moving over to fill that gap. Michael Marks, a 5'11", 165-pound junior. As it is, Lang gets almost 5, second down.
And again, nothing fancy. Drew Daniel there in the backfield. He and Casper are now kind of splitting time back there. Now I see we're going to 2 tight ends with Brandon Grant on the right side.
And now it is second down. We've had this formation in a couple of places. We're just trying to power it through. And here is a handoff. No, Rafferty keeps, follows Newman, has a first down across the 35, across the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 7 by Rafferty, and it's a first down.
So far, this has been a very impressive drive by the Aces, right down the field, right into the heart of that Murphysboro defense.
And it continues. The crowd loves it. 9:35 to go. Third quarter, line of scrimmage, the Murphy 29. And Rafferty calls strong side left, hands off. Newman tries to claw for yards and moves to around the 27. A tough gain of 3 by Scott Newman.
I don't know what went on in that Aces locker room, but I got a funny feeling the coaching staff told the players, gentlemen, nothing fancy. We're going up there and we're running right up the gut and we're going to move the ball like it or not. And by golly, that's what we're doing so far.
Rafferty sets the club up again, that double tight end set, and here is the call by Rafferty. Hands off Lang over left side, tries to change directions and spins forward for a couple. The way he was choosing to go, Murphy comes out of there with the ball, but it was well after the play was dead. The way Lang chose to go was bottlenecked up. He knew he had to do something, so he spun to his right and got a couple of yards to the 23. It's now third and a long 4.
Big third down play here for the Aces as they're on the 24 of Murphysboro. And we'll stay in that 2 tight end set.
And it's Kite to the right side, Grant to the left of the tight end set. And Rafferty moves around Newman, but into trouble. Big third down stop by the Red Devils as the quarterback is brought down for a loss back at the 25.
And here's what happened that time. We went to the unbalanced line to the right side that time. If you noticed, we had one too many people from a normal set on the right side. Murphysboro adjusted. I saw Coach Woodward down here waving and screaming at his team, move to your left, and they adjusted better that time. That's why they made the stop.
4th down and 6. Let's see what the Aces do here. Receiver left, that's Wilcox. And here's a handoff. Newman powers his way to the right side and almost had the first down. He came close. Thought he might have a shot at it, but he was dropped a couple of yards away, and it's first down Murphysboro, and they've stopped us again. Line of scrimmage, the 21.
Murphysboro stops us there, but I think you still got to feel pretty good about how well you move the ball against the Red Devils. A nice drive that time. Murphysboro made the right adjustment on the one unbalanced line try that we had. I think if you're the Aces, you still feel pretty good about your effort there. Although no points, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, we didn't get any points for looking good there. Now, Morgan sets the club down, 7:45 to go in the third quarter, and he hands on. Oh, Rogers almost lost the ball. Then he tried to spin, and Dent is right there with Whitaker and Newman to bring him down at around the 21-yard line.
Well, right as he got the handoff, Drew Daniel was all over him and caused a little bit of confusion, and as you said, Rogers almost fumbled the ball.
Whitaker there on the defensive end, and inside on the line there is Dent and Welch, and of course McNew on the other side at the end. Newman, one of the big linebackers, and Drew Daniel there ready to power it up as well. And now here comes Morgan to the line with the backs in the eye on 2nd and 10 after no gain. And he gives a deep pitch. Rogers tries the left side. And short side, not any running room there. Daniel knocks him out of bounds at around the 22. I don't know why you sent Rogers to the short side, but that's what they did.
Yeah, that time Greg Wilcox never actually made the tackle, but he just pushed him out of bounds, which with a guy like Rogers, hey, use the sideline to your advantage. Get him out of bounds. It all counts the same.
Yeah, I mean, Whitaker managed to get bottlenecked up in a tackle, but that slowed the play up, fighting him off, and that allowed the Aces to surround that speedster from Murphysboro. Now it's 3rd and 8. Line of scrimmage the 22. We're down to 7 minutes to go. Third quarter. Mount Carmel 15, Murphysboro 13. Big play here. Morgan takes his time. The quarterback, Antonio Morgan. And fumble on the play. Who's got the ball? It's on the deck. We do. Aces ball. And they're going to mark it at the 13-yard line.
Striner got the fumble recovery. Confusion in the backfield as he tried to hand it off to Rogers in misdirection. They fumbled it, and Brent Strine fell on the football.
Big turnover there. Mount Carmel now with a golden opportunity from the Murphysboro 13. 1st and 10. Can we put it in here? Here is Rafferty. Receiver right, that's Williams. Backs in the boat. And flags fly. We had a little motion on the left side. Looks like we were guilty.
I think we got out of the chute too quickly there. And boy, you hate to see penalties now. You're down at the 12-yard line. Here's your chance to take advantage of a Murphysboro miscue. You have got to keep yourself mentally into this game and put it in for a touchdown and take advantage of that turnover.
And the official marks it back to the 17-yard line, and it's 1st and 15. The Aces have to go to the 2. Chad Brewster gets up the center as we now face a 1st and 15. The clock, of course, running. 6:30 to go. 3rd period. Rafferty back up to the line now. In the backfield, it's Casburn now with Lang at halfback, Newman the upback. And here is a handoff. Jed Casburn, right side. Almost broke away. Almost got away from the leg tackle at the 15-yard line. And if he would have been able to escape the leg tackle of the Murphysboro defensive lineman, that would have been it. He might have scored.
Yeah, he had one guy to beat, didn't he, Kevin?
Yeah, he could have cut it back to the middle and would have been gone.
As it is now, a loss on the play. Well, no loss on the play. A gain actually of a couple. 2nd down and 13 from the 15. And Rafferty's going to throw. Swing pass almost picked off. Casburn didn't even look around, so something was amiss on that play. And it was almost picked off by the Red Devils. Incomplete 3rd down.
Had Williams on the quick slant from the far side, and then the wheel route behind him with Casburn. And you're right, Jed hadn't even turned his head back to the play yet. And Chris wanting to dump the ball off early. He had a quick read, a hot read as they call it on there, try to get him the ball early, but Jed not even watching that time and a pass at his feet anyway.
Wing and receiver to the left. Here's a deep pitch. Casburn tries to get some running room. Looking for something, and it's not going to develop. He's brought down near the 10-yard marker, which would be at around the 13, 12-yard line. Casburn tried his best to try to find something and hovered and waited as long as he could, and he was finally wrapped up from behind by the linebacker for Murphysboro, Jamie Sowles.
4th and 11. It looks like we're going to go for it again. We're going to keep the offense on the field.
And the line of scrimmage is the 13-yard line. Let's see what the Aces do here. Rafferty back to throw, looking for Williams. Fires it for the end zone. He has got it. No, it's incomplete. Knocked away by Guthman, and Williams pleads his case.
Well, Guthman could not see the football.
Yeah, he never turned around.
He had
interference.
Back to the ball, and Guthman had no idea where the football was. You would have thought that would have been a penalty.
He never even turned around. That's pretty automatic, one would imagine, and sure enough, John Hart pleading with the official, and for good measure. Never even turned around. 5:19 to go, 3rd quarter. And again, Murphysboro has the ball. Let's go to the sidelines here after this play. We'll go for Rick. As Morgan sets the club down. In the eye with a receiver to the right. And drops the ball. Picks it up. Fumbled again. And we have it. 2 fumbles on the same play. Who comes out of there with it?
I think Lance McNew was the young fellow that fell. I'm not for sure, though. But they didn't fumble once that series. They fumbled twice on the same play.
Now let's go to the sidelines first for Rick Johnston.
Well, let's forget about what we're going to talk about. Let's talk about what we're going to do, huh?
Yeah, there you go. We have got to get something in. How many times are we going to go to the well here? We're down to the 10-yard line again. 1st and 10. It's 1st and goal, actually. And Rafferty sets the club down. Hands off Lang. Follows his blockers and slides off left tackle to around the 6-yard line. Pick up a 4. 2nd and goal.
Give credit to the Murphysboro defense. They have been put in 2 very compromising positions these last 2 series, and so far they've done a pretty good job keeping the Aces out. Now, let's go Aces. Let's put it in here and get a touchdown.
4:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Aces with the ball right back, knocking at the door. We're 6 yards away. Handoff. Newman up the middle to the 5. A gain of only 1. 3rd and goal. 4:27 to go, 3rd quarter.
They'll bring up a 3rd and 5, as you mentioned, and here we go to 2 tight ends again. The wide receiver comes out of the game, and here comes the big back, Daniel, to replace Casburn. So we have the big backfield in now, and I imagine this play is going right up the gut.
Well, we did not make it the last time we had the ball. We've been given a second chance. Now we're at the 5, and it's third down. Rafferty tries to draw the Red Devils off. Now hands off. Lang left side, wraps it up. He's down near the 2-yard line, a gain of 3. That brings up fourth down from the 2.
Inside the 5.
Fourth and goal from the 2, and I think you got to go for it here. You're so close now.
All right, let's see what we do here. No huddle. Rafferty brings the play up. It's Lang and Daniel, the halfbacks. Newman, the upback. From the 2, fourth down. Lang powers his way in. Touchdown! We finally did it! Lang gets it in with 3:30 to go, and we've got that breathing room we've so desperately sought. Mount Carmel 21, Murphysboro 13.
And only fitting, Johnny Lang gets the touchdown, his third of the game, 23 on the season for the senior halfback.
Oh, my. You ever breathe a bigger sigh of relief in some time? How many times are we going to be down there?
Well, my hat got blown off over here, not because of the wind, but the collective gasp of sigh from the crowd blowing over here blew my hat off, I think. I mean, we were all holding our breath that time.
I mean, the game is over by no means, but I tell you what, if we'd have missed again. We're snake bit as all get out. Now Peter holds for Newkirk. Here is the snap. Ball down. The kick is up, and it's good. Well, the Aces have that 9-point lead back. That's the other key there. 3:30 to go. Third quarter, Mount Carmel 22. Murphysboro 13. Back in a moment. At Mount Carmel Red and White, we know you're busy. And there's nothing worse than waiting in line at the grocery store when only one lane is operating. But not at Red and White, where all lanes are open Monday through Friday between 3:30 and 6, excluding holidays. While at Red and White, check out their new selection of Golden Aces and Mount Carmel sweatshirts. In the Deli Cafe, Red and White has a different special each day of the week for just $1.88. It's perfect for busy students and workers who don't have much time for lunch. All this and more at Mount Carmel's only 24-hour-a-day supermarket, Red and White. Hey, guess what? Murphysboro fumbled again. They fumbled the kickoff out of bounds.
I don't know what they've put oil on their hands or something in the locker room at halftime. They cannot hold on to the football.
And you guys really, during the break, zeroed in on what we have had the ball almost the entire third quarter.
It has been a dominating third quarter. Rick Johnson on the sidelines.
Yeah, I tell you what, my buddy here from Indiana said he thinks Murphy ought to just line up in his shotgun, put Rogers in the backfield, and go play.
You know, I think you're right. I think he is exactly right.
Bypass the others. Just get it to him.
3:28 to go, third quarter. Aces by 9. Morgan sets the club down, 1st and 10 from his own 21. And Rogers gets the call. Daniel meets him, and they do not allow him to spin around. And he's dropped for a loss back at the 20-yard line. And that brings up a 2nd and 11. Daniel's just one of the 3 or 4 in there.
10 carries for 50 yards for Rogers today, and of course the 1 carry being for 60 and a touchdown. We are containing Rogers in that time. You saw again the Aces players holding on for dear life, not letting him get away, tackling Rogers.
We are scared to death of a guy who's had 1 play in this game. That's the deal, because he is so explosive. 2nd down and 11 for the Red Devils. Line of scrimmage is the 20-yard line. Morgan calls with 2 receivers to the right. He wings it one way, and Newkirk gets his hand on the ball, but it's too high and tapped away incomplete.
Aces on a blitz that time. Drew Daniel came from his linebacking position, was about 2 steps short of really cracking Morgan, but fortunately the play goes errant anyway.
And a big play here for Murphysboro. If they don't get it here and have to punt, that's going to put their defense right back out there again, just what we talked about a few seconds ago. They're really going to be gasping for air if they have to go back out there this quickly.
Got a score to pass your way, gentlemen. Benton leads Robinson 21-12 with 4 minutes to go in the game.
Holy mackerel. The Rangers might win one.
We might go to Benton if we can hang on here. 3rd and 11. And here is a reverse to Rogers.
Get him, Keith.
He's trying. He's going to get dry. No! He gets away from Whitaker. Reverses field again. Everybody's after him. Flags flying.
You got holds.
And finally down. Flags everywhere.
2 holds and I think a clip that I saw on that whole play.
That play reversed field really 3 times, including the reversal. And it's against Murphysboro. They'll take your pick.
Yeah, you can pick whatever. I saw 2 holds and a clip, and that's what I saw. I'm going to have to rewind the videotape to see what else happened on that one.
Oh, my. Whitaker almost dragged down the scat back at around the 5, and then Dent almost had a shot at him.
We'll take all the penalties and back them to Allendale.
Yeah, there you go.
Go on up. You're being backed up Route 1 right now. You're right.
Yeah, really the one's going to kill him is the one at the 5, because that's going to be, from the point of the infractions, that's going to march him inside the 5, so that's really the killer. And this Mount Carmel defense smells blood now, and we've said it before and we've seen it happen, but you see the defense put some points on the board here.
2:30 to go in the third quarter. Aces 22, Murphysboro 13. The entire Murphy huddle is well into the end zone. The line of scrimmage is the 3-yard line after the penalty.
Aces fans on their feet. They're ready to. You're right. You said it right, Kevin. They smell blood.
And here is Morgan. And he gives a they're going to do a quick kick. And that is the kick, and nobody back for the Aces. Now it gets a big 10 or 15-yard roll for Murphysboro. What an idea. And now way off the ball, Strine and one of the Murphysboro players collide.
Strine clobbered. Who is that?
I can't believe there wasn't a flag thrown for that.
And look how much bigger the kid is than Strine.
I know. This kid is huge, and little Strine belts him. I can't even, that's why they didn't throw a flag.
And have it right in front of the officials.
Yeah, I can't, well off the ball.
But here's the good thing on that. Maybe the official saw the first thing. Maybe the Murphysboro kid did something to Brent.
And he let him do it.
Yeah, he just let him get by with it.
Well, as it is, a great punt, quick kick by the Murphysboro Red Devils. Here the punter delivered it from his end zone. He got a 15-yard roll all the way down to the Aces 44. That's where we take over. So a great call. 1:43 to go. You don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, it was a good call, that's for sure.
And now here is Casburn trying to go left, right, dodges now for anything he can get, and gets to the 50. Nice job by Jed, 6 yards, 2nd and 4. A quick kick out of your end zone, though. Wow.
And it really works pretty well for him, puts his bag at least on our side of the 50. And as you said, pretty good call there, I'd say.
Was that Paul Kilquist? And he was not even the regular kicker, so that's tough to come in that situation. 2nd down. But we had nobody back, of course. And so Newman breaks away. 40, 35, 30. He's finally wrapped up. A beautiful run by Newman of 20 yards all the way to the Murphysboro 30. First down, Aces.
Scott Newman busted big, and we said in the outset, this is the type of game that Scott Newman flourishes in. The game that is very physical and happens between the tackles. That's when he runs his best. And Scott Newman today, 11 carries, 76 yards. He's having a good one.
And an official's timeout. 1:03 to go in the third quarter of play.
And it's really getting to crunch time for Murphysboro. They're down by 2 scores already. They can't afford to go down to another score under a minute to play in the third quarter.
It is 1st and 10 for the Aces from the Murphy 30-yard line. Benton, as we mentioned, beating Robinson with 4 minutes to go, 21-12. If we win and Benton wins, we go to Benton next Saturday in the second round. Newman trips forward to around the 29, a yard or so on that one. If Robinson wins and we win, they come here. But, as Kevin mentioned at halftime, if we go to Benton and can get by the Rangers, we then could host DuQuoin here in the third round. Otherwise, we would go to DuQuoin again, as we have 3 times in the 80s and 90s. 2nd and 9, and there is Rafferty faking one. There's a flag down. I think it was ahead of the line of scrimmage. You think that's what it was?
I think so, but did you see that pitch? It was right-handed, running to his left, and he pitched it with his right hand.
I believe.
No, it's hold.
Oh, it is a hold. Okay, I thought he was going to get it. I thought it was a forward lateral.
Well, he was behind the line of scrimmage, so that still would have been okay to pitch it forward like that.
Yeah. It would count as a forward pass then, you're right. But what a play. Right-handed. He couldn't pitch it left because the Murphysboro kid's right on his left shoulder. So as he runs to his left, he just puts it in his right hand and pitches it over there. That's a big-time heads-up play.
Let's go to the sidelines, Rick. Nope, we can't hear Rick. I wonder if Chris is left-handed or right-handed. Oh, there we go. There you are.
Hey, there we go. Let me get it again. Yeah, that time the defender was in the passing lane, and he threw it over the shoulder of the defender. Great read.
We have to. That is considered a pass, right? Was that right, or is it?
Well, I couldn't from this angle. I don't know. If it goes forward, it is a forward pass. Yeah.
Okay, we're down the end of the third quarter. There's the horn. We've played 3 quarters here in Mount Carmel, the first round of the IHSA Class 3A state playoffs. The score, Mount Carmel 22, Murphysboro 13. Back in a moment.
Security Bank is your bank for life, all your life, and for all your financial needs. And no matter how much your needs change, we'll always keep you moving in the right direction to get you safely where you want to be. We offer a full range of financial services, so we can do a lot for you now and in the future. From simple checking to good living loans for any reason, we're here to serve your financial needs every step of the way. Security Bank, your bank for life.
All right, we're back here at Riverview Stadium. Scott Allen, Rob Blackman, Kevin Madden, Rick Johnston. Set for the fourth quarter. Aces lead Murphysboro here, 22-13. One other score, 8 minutes to go in the game. West Frankfort leads Fairfield, 26-22, with 8 minutes to go. Well, that's a real disappointment there.
Bittersweet revenge for West Frankfort. Fairfield really put it on them last year.
I feel sorry for Stan David. Oh, those Fairfield radio guys. They came over here and just
told us how good
their
they
way
were.
through the NEC broadcasters meeting last week. Couldn't vote for John Hart for Coach of the Year because they just can't stomach it. Now, Rafferty fires for Williams. He reached around one hand. He was all by himself on the 5-yard line. The wind may have sailed that pass away incomplete.
But notice how the Aces immediately take advantage of the wind. That's a great call by John Hart. We take advantage of the wind immediately, the first play out of the gate in the fourth quarter, because we know now we can throw the ball with an advantage. If that ball is about 2 more inches to Gabe's right, he makes that catch for a touchdown.
Of course, we're going to punt the ball now. This is a great move here with the wind. Pin Murphysboro deep. Fourth down, line of scrimmage at 39 in Murphysboro. Newkirk back inside his own 50. Here is the snap. Low snap. And he takes it off the bounce and delivers it for the end. Well, he kind of overdid it, trying for the corner, but it worked.
Let's see where those spots.
Way up here at the 25. Well, the idea was there, and the wind probably pushed that one a little bit out, but he really kicked it short.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jake. I'm trying to help, bud.
He was going for the corner of the end zone. Unfortunately, the corner of the practice field.
You beat me to it. You were a second ahead of me on that line. Okay, as it is, it went out of bounds, and so Murphy has it 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Hey, we can make fun of Jake. He's done such a good job kicking for us this year.
We didn't even know what we were doing kicking before the year, and Jake has really mastered that in a hurry. Now Murphysboro 1st and 10. There's a little pass almost picked up by Lang, but Guffman comes up with it again and then is finally dropped at the 33. That was off a deflection, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lang thought he had it. I think Lang took off running the other way, and then he noticed, oh, wait a minute, I don't have the football here.
And I'm not too sure that Lang didn't have part of it, and then Guffman got it off of Lang and then ran forward to around the 34, gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
Hey, I tell you, when you talk about Jake Newkirk, something I failed to mention, he's now just 1 extra point away from tying the season record, 48, set by Josh Moore. He has 47, does Jake.
Second down and a long 2 for Murphysboro. And the quarterback keeps and may have the first down, yes. He kept pushing, did Morgan, all the way to the 38-yard line. First down for Murphysboro.
Now Murphysboro going to have to really hurry things along because they are down 2 scores. And with 11 minutes and left here in the fourth quarter, they're going to have to really pick things up, I would think, in the huddle offensively. And for the Aces in that offensive no-huddle, you'd think we'll slow it down just a little bit to really work that clock.
10:57 to go in the game. Guthman checks out wide to the right side. Rogers so explosive, though, in that Murphysboro backfield. Morgan calls on 1st and 10, backs up, wants to throw for Guthman, a little slant pattern. He's got it. Newkirk dumps him as soon as he catches the pass at the 46. Man, these kids, our kids, just are on top of their players, their coverage, man. A gain of 7, but that's it. Look, Guthman staggers out of the game now. He's really been decked.
I tell you, he's had a great game catching the ball, though. Every ball thrown to him that he could get to, he's held on to, so you got to give him some credit.
He's done a super job.
Isn't this one of the most efficient tackling teams Mount Carmel's ever had, especially this game? We're just showing off here. Even when they complete the pass, that's all they do. Second down and 8. Flanker right receiver, the back's in the bone, and Morgan wants to throw again. Swings it up, almost picked off. Intended for Rogers, well off the mark. Burbrick had the best shot at it, but he went down.
I don't think Rogers even saw the ball behind him. He was still sprinting up the sideline.
Third down. Now we have another score. DeCoin leading Olney 33-7. DeCoin seeking to go 10-0. So are the Aces. Fourth quarter here, Mount Carmel 22, Murphysboro 13. We led 15-13 at halftime. And have led the whole way in this one. Well, now, one setback and 2 receivers to the left for Morgan. And he plows. He tries to keep it himself. Dent grabs him one way.
He didn't.
No, he didn't make it at all.
He's almost 2 yards short.
Yeah. I'm not even sure he gained anything. I think Strine was low and Daniel, and Dent was high, and maybe a yard. 4th down and 2 now for the Red Devils from the 47.
This could just about be your ball game right here. If they don't make it, the Aces take over and can run 3 or 4 minutes off the clock.
Yep. And the crowd senses that. They come to their feet now. The defense needs to make the play here. 4th and 2. Murphysboro. Their play of the game, perhaps. And Morgan calls, pitches to Rogers, and he did not make it! He did not make it! Whitaker! And primarily Daniel, the stop, and we've got the ball!
What a hit on the running back, Rogers. Oh, my. I mean, they decked him.
1st and 10. Aces with a ball now at the Murphysboro 47.
I mean, Daniel and Whitaker literally killed him. He didn't. You could hear that pads pop up here in the booth.
Boy, our kids have been tackling well all game. Man alive. This is some of the best tackling that we have done all year. And now Lang gallops over the left side across the 45 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5. Let's go to the sidelines for Rick Johnston.
Well, I don't know if this is an indication. You can't see it from up where you are, but the bus driver driving that big charter over there just started walking down the fence.
He's going to start the engine, huh? I've seen enough.
As soon as a fat lady stands up and sings, I'll feel okay.
Okay, don't all stand up at once. Just kidding. 2nd down and 5, and a handoff now to Newman. Lee weaves his way for the 1st down. Looked like he was going through a Halloween maze, through a fright house. Fright house, a new word there. To the 37 for the 1st down. No, he didn't. Did he not get the 1st down? They're looking it over now.
Now we're going to measure.
Yeah, we're going to measure. Okay. 8:35 to go. Fright House.
Hey.
Remind me, that's what we'll call ours next year. The Fright House.
Yeah.
22-13, Mount Carmel leads.
This house is frighted.
That's your bathroom, isn't it?
I tell you, yeah. Well, I think I've just come back from Germany, is the way I'm talking. Okay. Here's they're going to measure now, and it looks like we're shy by less than a centimeter.
Actually, that's a good thing because the clock will start when they reset it, so it basically gives you a free down. Even if you run a running play, you can let another 25 seconds run off.
Hey, let's throw.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. You're right, Kevin. Coach John Hart caught on to that as well. We'll just keep our kids in the huddle, and we'll eat up that play clock, and now it goes.
There we go. 8:33 to go. Here we go. Clock running again. 3rd down and less than 1. 22-13, Mount Carmel trying to hang on and win their 95 playoff opener and stay perfect against the River to River on the year. And Rafferty Keeps has the 1st down. With a step to the right to around the 35-yard line he goes, a gain of 2 or 3. 1st down, Aces.
Aces went unbalanced left that time, and really for the first time this year we've seen them use that unbalanced line, and it's made all the difference so far. And that time, Chris, just the sneak right up the middle for the 1st down.
We'll try to get Aces coach John Hart after the game, of course, as we always do. Mix 100.5, your home for Golden Aces football the entire year, home and road. 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage now the 35. And Rafferty hands off to, no, he keeps himself. And fumbled the ball. A scramble. And who has it? Murphysboro does have the ball at the 36-yard line. A rare fumble by the Aces, and Murphy has it now with 7:46 to go in the game.
So that gives Murphysboro still a little bit of life with 7:46 to go. Again, they're 2 scores down, but at least they have the football in their hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 36-yard line. And Morgan sets the club down with 2 receivers to the right and 1 setback. Backs up, wants to throw. Who's he going to pick out? Holy mackerel, who is he going to pick out?
Like Newkirk.
Yeah, I think Newkirk, yeah, he's the only one there. Down at the 40, no one within 10 yards.
He had Guthman on the quick slam, but to say he overthrew him is an understatement. Threw it way over Guthman's head. And you would have to think Guthman's the go-to guy here. 7 catches, 54 yards. He's done all the receiving today for Murphysboro for the most part. You think he's the go-to guy here.
7:21 to go in the game. Now Carmel 22, Murphysboro 13. Line of scrimmage the 36. And here come the Red Devils with a slot to the left. And Rogers left alone in the backfield. Antonio Morgan calls the signals, now sends Morgan to Rogers in motion. There's a swing pass his way. He gets by Whitaker, trying to get some running room. They drag him out of bounds and around the 37-yard line, and that, doing it by himself, was Drew Daniel.
Yeah,
a gain of about 1.
That's the same play they ran for a touchdown as they brought Rogers in motion out here to try to get one-on-one coverage, and Whitaker was the one-on-one, but the pursuit was much better that time from the Aces, plus it was to the short side of the field, so Rogers really not a whole lot of places to go after he was able to get by Whitaker.
Aces also catch a break. They ruled him down inbound, so the clock continues to run.
And we're down to 6:45 to go in the game. 3rd and 8 for Murphysboro. Line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line. And Guthman, the wide out to the right side, backs in the eye, and there's a fake draw. No, the quarterback on the run escapes 2, fires a pass, it's complete over the middle, and maybe a first down to LaMarcus Spillers at around the 47. He's finally run down there, but it's very close. Luckily, the officials don't have very far to eyeball it from the spot.
It didn't look like Murphysboro really had a very good spot either. Looked like he had plenty of yardage for the first down.
And Rick Johnson, as you alluded to earlier, hey, they went to Spillers, the tight end, finally got him involved.
Yeah, but I tell you, they're doing a great job. Our linebackers are just really keeping him off any kind of route. We're knocking him off every route every time he gets released off the line. And the one thing that kind of scares me a little bit here, if they run Rogers out of that backfield again and take our backers with him flying out there on the flat, he may be opening the seam up the middle. So that might be one thing we really need to each side linebackers who have to fill there.
Well, they were very short, far less than the length of the football. I mean, very close. They have to reposition the ball with a change right on it. 4th down and an inch. Line of scrimmage the 47 of Murphysboro. They get the change set, start the clock. Are we set?
I think so.
Yes, we are.
In about an inch.
Clock runs. The quarterback Morgan up to the ball with a receiver to the right. Backs in the eye. And will he keep himself? Yes, he will. And it looks like he has it on the push to around the 47. Didn't get much, though, according to where this one official was spotting the ball. But he got the yard he needed. And it's 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
Only the 7th first down of the game for Murphysboro. The Aces really on defense have kept the Murphysboro team intact. As a matter of fact, they've only given up 51 yards on the ground to Murphysboro. 60 of that, if you remember. 60 of the 51, if that makes any sense. You have to throw in the negative numbers, being the touchdown by Rogers.
So it is 1st and 10, and Murphysboro is going to have to definitely pick up the pace of this offense here. They're down by 9, and they're under 6 minutes left in the game. Receiver to the right, backs in the eye. And Morgan looks to throw. Now he swings it out. Oh, hit by Lang! Lang drilled Rogers! That's the 6th or 7th excellent tackle by the Aces, and that's perhaps the best one. Lang all over that running back for a loss after they caught the swing pass. Look at the loss, a 7-yard loss.
Well, I know, I'll tell you what, Murphysboro plays in a pretty tough conference, but I guarantee you they have not got hit like they have today throughout the season. I mean, we are hitting.
Now, that wasn't a very ethical hit, though, by Lang.
Oh, no.
No, that was far from ethical. He injured him. 2nd down and 17. And here is Morgan back to throw. Looking, fires long, and it's out of bounds way down here at the 22. Man, what a hit by Lang.
Oh, my. Well, I'll tell you what, last year was pretty easy to pick the hardest hit of the year. That was Newman's at 4, but where you pick it this year in this game, I don't even know. I mean, 6 or 7.
We perhaps got the top 3 or 4 top hits of the year in this one game. Man, third down.
You don't think Rogers will be looking for old number 35 next time they send him out on that pattern?
Well, Johnny Joe got his revenge. Remember, he got burned on the touchdown by Rogers. He got his revenge that time.
We're down to 5:05 to go. Murphysboro's down by 9, and it's 3rd and 17, and they only have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Things are not looking too good in Red Devil land. The receivers, 2 of them to the left, including Rogers. And Morgan's back to throw. They're in on him. He delivers a long bomb down the left side, and it is deflected away by Newkirk in front of, by Wilcox in front of Guthman, or Newkirk.
That was a heck of a play. I think it was, who was it?
Yeah, it's either, boy, I tell you,
I think it was Newkirk.
Okay, we had it right the first time.
Jake made a great play to catch up with that ball and get that hand in there just at the last second.
The final, Benton 21, Robinson 12. Benton 21, Robinson 12. So the Aces hang on here. We pack our bags and go to Benton next week for the second round. Benton, the Cinderella story in the River to River this year. And Benton beats Robinson, which is not really the biggest surprise in the world at all.
Crucial 4th down here for Murphysboro.
And Morgan's back to throw. Looking, hangs in the pocket, fires a long one, and it's caught by Guthman. What a catch at the 20-yard line. What a beautiful catch by Guthman, double covered by the Aces, and he still pulled it down for a 40-yard pass play.
That is a big-time catch, and it should happen into being Guthman's hands. He's been the guy catching them all afternoon long.
Morgan did a good job hanging in the pocket because the pressure was coming right in on him, and he hung on to the last minute. And the Murphysboro Red Devils down to the 20-yard line, but the good thing for the Aces, clock continues to run, 4:40 to go in the game.
22-13, Mount Carmel leading Murphysboro, but the Red Devils have a shot now. They finally got the play they're looking for to get close. Now they're going to call timeout, as Morgan didn't like what he saw. Timeout on the field, 4:30 to go. Mount Carmel 22, Murphysboro 13. Back in a moment.
That's secure.
Electric wires are too high to touch.
Wrong. Overhead wires are insulated.
Wrong.
Wood does not conduct electricity.
Wrong. What you don't know can hurt you.
Take care around electricity.
She's a working mom, a real breadwinner. Earn the night off and let Hardee's cook dinner.
Now there's more of that juicy Hardee's taste in every bite of our fresh and juicy chicken, because now it's marinated. And now Hardee's offers its family value meal for just $10.99. 8 pieces of chicken, 4 made-from-scratch biscuits, your choice of 2 large side dishes, and
Come on in and get it.
a peach cobbler made fresh in our kitchen. The family value meal.
Fresh from the kitchen at Hardee's.
All right, 4:30 to go in the game, and it suddenly has turned into a thriller now. Murphysboro was straggling along an offense, and they got the big play they wanted.
And that play, that long pass play, is exactly why John Hart said this team's dangerous. They go nowhere, go nowhere, go nowhere, and all of a sudden a big pass play like that puts them in good position.
And they, with 4:30 to go, still have plenty of time to work a miracle here. The Red Devils set it up for the Aces. 19, that's where they mark the ball. Receiver left, backs in the eye for Antonio Morgan. Rogers tries to spin. Nope, not this time.
Nope.
Strang's there to meet the spin on one side. Daniel meets the spin on the other. And Rogers is spun for a loss.
Boy, and look at Woodward. He is fit to be tied with Morgan. He slaps him on the helmet now. I guess he was upset with the way he gave the ball to Rogers, but it looked like he just was a straight handoff. Maybe he wanted to pull it back.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Line of scrimmage the 20, and the clock is down to 4:02 to go in the game.
Well, Woodward probably unhappy he didn't get the ball to Rogers more quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, just get it and throw it to him. I don't care how you get it to him. Get it to Rogers.
Guthman checks out wide to the left side, and the backs are in the eye. Morgan calls the signal. and wants to throw. Looks for Guthman, swings it his way. He's got it. He gets between two. He's going to score. Touchdown. He's got between Newkirk and Lang at the 15 and raced down the left sidelines, and Murphysboro has its shot now. They score with 3:39 to go, and it's 22-19.
And Guthman again. Listen to this. 9 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown. He is a big-time receiver.
Wow.
And how did he split both Lang and Newkirk after he caught the ball?
Yeah, amazing. Now the point after try by Albertini. Here is the snap. High snap. Ball down. The kick is up. It deflects out over the goalpost. It hit a lineman's hand and deflects over the uprights. Oh, my. A hand helped it over the goalpost. Amazing. They're within now a shot at a field goal that could win it for them. That is a huge helping hand. 3:39 to go in the game. Mount Carmel 22, Murphysboro 20. Back in a moment.
Harry Beckerman at the studios of the New Mix 100.5 for Guy Hadley's in Uptown Mount Carmel. Have you been up to take a look at our new menu lately? We've got 56 sandwiches. We've got 10 big salads. We've got homegrown shiitake mushrooms. We've even got frog legs on the menu. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. Again, this is Terry Beckerman at the studios of the new Mix 100.5 for Guy Hadley's in fabulous Uptown Mount Carmel.
Our heating and air conditioning dealer is Dave Lennox.
Actually, that's Glenn Swartz at Swartz Heating and Air Conditioning.
People trust Dave to keep them comfortable.
Glenn Swartz.
It's not just that Dave has the best equipment.
This is Dave. I'm Glenn.
He also passed that Lennox Quality Dealer Standards program.
Dave, Glenn. So,
If you've got a problem, call Dave.
or call Swartz Heating and Air Conditioning.
Lennox, 5,000 independent dealers, 100 years of service. One less thing to worry about.
Attaboy, Dave. Glenn.
The Bank of Mount Carmel. Well, as we thought, Fairfield, a short little squib kick. Burbrick fell on it back at the 43, so the Aces have the ball now with 3:38 to go.
40 and slip, that's Murphysboro, not Fairfield.
What did I say? Did I say Fairfield?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just talking about Fairfield off the break. They win today against West Frankfort. Fairfield 30, West Frankfort 26, so the Mules come back to win. Now 1st and 10 here.
Well, this is what it's all about. Playoff football, 2-point lead, 3.5 to go in the game. This is what it's all about.
Everybody stacked up front for Murphysboro. They're going to go for the strip, anything they can get. We're going to have to hang on to the football, and there is a big hole for Casburn and a first down run over the 40, 50 to the 45-yard line of Murphysboro. Big run, 13 yards or so.
Let them worry about the strip. They'll just run it down for a touchdown and put the game away.
Yeah, they're going to be going for the fumble here. 3:17 to go, so the clock continues to run. We'll take our time. Rafferty looks over at the sideline, makes sure he has the play. Now takes his time to get up to the line of scrimmage. Newman, the up back. It's Lang and Casburn behind him as halfbacks. And here is a handoff. Casburn, right side, back up the middle, back to the left. 35, 30, 25, and to the 24 goes Casburn. A 21-yard run by Jed Casburn with 2:53 to go.
Jed Casburn, we said unlikely heroes would step up in big games. Casburn, 12 carries, 109 yards today.
A big run there. Look where we are field position-wise. So even right now, if Murphysboro gets the ball back, they really got to hustle. But we've still got a full set of downs now, and the clock is running, 2:42 to go. They've moved the chains, and they roll the clock, and we're going to take our sweet time. Murphysboro's going to start wasting timeouts here now. They're down to the 23 of Murphysboro. Look at this. Rafferty master and running the clock down.
Unbalanced line left.
Lang, left side on the plunge, gets inside the 20 to the 19. Let's see if the Red Devils eat a timeout. They're not going to.
Wouldn't be ethical.
Yeah. I was going to say, sooner or later, they're going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe they didn't.
Let the clock run out.
I can't believe they didn't take one there. After a 5-yard pickup. I don't know what he's waiting on. We're down to 2:06 to go.
They thought there was a 2-minute warning.
Yeah, there's no 2-minute warning, Jim, in high school now. And here's Rafferty taking his time. We're down to 1:57. I can't believe they didn't call a timeout. I guess we shouldn't argue. Now here is a handoff. Lang, left side, 10, 5, near the goal line. Lang down to the 5-yard line. First down. Now the game is over. 1:49 to go. maybe.
A little early for that.
You didn't think I'd stay with that opinion, did you?
Everyone in the crowd just frowned at you collectively when you said that.
You didn't think I'd stay with them, did you? All right, we have it at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. And I'm not sure. Well, right here. The clock continues to run. Did they have any timeouts left?
They got 2 left,
They
I
have
think.
2 timeouts left, don't they? Okay, here's a handoff and a touchdown for Lang over the left side. That's bizarre. Lang scores, and now this game is going to be history. 28-20, the Aces by 8 with 1:24 to go. Let's go to the sidelines.
I tell you, that whole drive, it's great because entire drive, Lee Colvin, the assistant coach, who gets the signals, gets the play call from John Hart, and he signals them in. He's standing there looking at his wristwatch, counting down the seconds, and then he just points to Chris. They start to play.
That's great. Now Newkirk tries to tack on the point after. Here's the snap, ball down. The kick is up. It is good. 29-20 is the score with 1:24 to go in the game. The Aces by 9 and headed for the win. We'll be back in a moment. If you're like most folks, At the First National Bank, our new drive-up teller machine, Mac, is so popular it seems everyone in town is lining up to meet him. That's because Mac offers access to cash, deposits, payments, and account transfers 24 hours a day, all from the convenience of your vehicle, no matter what the vehicle may be. Mac also accepts most major credit cards and virtually all other network ATM cards for cash advances. Join the people who have already become friends with Mac at the First National Bank across from Target in Mount Carmel, member FDIC. The locker room all, and you can't believe a coach would give anybody any extra firepower.
Well,
Woodward did.
He showed his true colors there on that last drive, not calling any timeouts. That's why guys like him end up in the newspaper.
And nice return that time for the Red Devils by Ryan Pavlish. And Grant on the stop. So the Aces now move on to Benton. Next week we play at Benton in the second round. We're down to 1:19 to go, and barring unforeseen developments here. Aces by 9. Second round at Benton.
Here, Rogers in the slot. Let's see if they try to get it to him right away.
And Morgan back to throw. Now he's going to run himself and fire. Oh! Whitaker took his head off. Whitaker almost decapitated the quarterback. Oh, my. And around the 39-yard line. And now he calls a timeout. What a stop by Whitaker.
Holy mackerel. He was bearing down. You could see his pupils from here. His eyes were so big.
Oh, and the chants getting louder. Ethics, 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 ethics. 53 seconds to go.
Rick Johnston.
This as we play out as the game goes on. In the very first series, when we take the ball right down the field and score, Coach Woodward, he's over on the sideline pointing up to his coaches on top, getting on the phone, yelling and screaming and pointing his finger. And I'll tell you what, fellas, high school athletics, when you win, the kids win. And when you lose, it's the coach that should feel like they lose. And that's just the way it is, and that's the way it ought to be. It's not somebody else's fault when you lose. Hey, that's the way it ought to be in high school. And, it's unfortunate when guys don't look at it that way.
I'll tell you what, the happiest person on that sack from Mount Carmel wasn't Keith Whitaker. I think it was Aaron Burbrick, because Morgan rolled this way, and Burbrick was one-on-one with Rogers. So he's like, oh my gosh, what have I got myself into?
Burbrick was a chase him, that's for sure.
Second down and 15 to go. The line of scrimmage for Murphysboro is at 39. We're down to 53 seconds to go. Murphysboro is down by 9, and they have only one timeout left. And here is Morgan back to throw. Fires, intercepted by Oldfield at the 43. Down the right side he goes to the Murphysboro 35.
Turn the knife, baby.
Turn the knife. Turn the knife. There's not a person in this audience that doesn't want to see us go for it right now. The game's in hand. Let's do exactly what he thinks we do all the time. Well, let's go for it. 42 seconds to go.
Split Williams and Wilcox and go for it.
Yeah, and if we get close enough, let's kick a field goal. 29-20. 42 seconds to go.
Yeah, I sure wouldn't leave him in the huddle. I mean, turnabout is fair play.
Yeah.
If you're going to say those things about your opponent, then you should be ready to suffer the consequences.
Let's do the no huddle and grind it. And the crowd yells a little louder. Ethics, ethics, ethics.
Hey, they are chanting, I think.
1st and 10, down on his knee goes Rafferty. Is that class or what? That's ethics, huh? 15, is that what that is? 13 seconds to go. The Aces have defeated Murphysboro. Angered by some interesting remarks by the coach. The Aces have been turned on and have won this first-round game. It's over. The Aces have won it. 29-20 over Murphysboro, and it's on to Benton now in the second round. The Aces defeated their third river-to-river team this year with this win today, and they'll get a chance to do it again next week. Another river-to-river opponent, the Benton Rangers, next week. We're going to get on and get comments from Aces coach John Hart. Mount Carmel 10-0. They defeat Benton. The final, defeat Murphysboro, the final 29-20. And we'll be back in just a moment.
When you're looking for the best in checking, look no further than the Bank of Mount Carmel. Whether you want the convenience of free checking with unlimited withdrawals, the popular Bank Club account with its many benefits, or an interest-bearing Now or Super Now account, we have a checking option that's just right for you. Bank of Mount Carmel even offers the special Star account based on money market interest rates. When you need checking with the best flexibility and benefits, look for the sign of complete friendly banking services. Look for Bank of Mount Carmel, located at the corner of 6th and Market Street, Mount Carmel, Illinois.
Coach Arch is surrounded by a massive force from Murphysboro, the Mount Carmel area as well. We'll kind of hop in here with the press conference as it goes on with Coach Arch.
I don't think we ever got out there. Those guys are pretty quick on the perimeter, and then so big inside. So really, the only thing we did was really run off tackle. And I tell you what, that was a fun game. That's what high school football is all about. This game right here. Not really tested late in the ball game. Your team really responded late to not having that penalty. Well, that's a good question. I had no doubt about that because the kids really, really believe in themselves. And we've never let down against opponents. Usually if you're going to let down the fourth quarter, you don't play as well against less opponents. We never did that. And I really felt like if it got down to the end of the ball game, we'd be in great shape.
Coach, I'm about to play the defense today. I mean, the one run from Rogers take that away, and our rush defense, of course, nearly setting a state record last week. Again, fantastic again today.
Well, it was a great team effort, Rob, and I think that's the key was that every play we had guys flying up, we had guys making hits, and really on a couple of their big plays, it was us knocking each other off almost. And I got to give credit to Coach Woodard. He called an excellent game. He took advantage of his talent against where we're a little weaker at. And they executed really well. We really thought we could get, Dietrich to fumble a couple times, and boy, we laid him out, and he didn't even bother.
What's your reaction, Coach, to the three running backs, Newman, Lang, and also Newkirk, Casper, all doing real well in the game?
Oh, they really did. I couldn't be more proud of them, but I tell you what, we did such a great job of knocking guys off the ball, too. I don't know if there's any one segment of our game, even the defense, that was any better than the other guys. And this win really hurt us, I felt like, because we didn't throw the ball, and we like to throw it.
Coach, I know it's early. Next week at Benton, any thoughts, another river team?
Well, I tell you, we're just going to play one at a time, and that's going to be a great game. I've seen them on film already. They're huge. They probably got the best defensive lineman that I've seen in a long, long time. That 71, I don't know his name. I will by tomorrow this time, but they're going to cause some problems for us. The good thing is it's an offense we've seen a lot in the team.
Encouragement on as much bigger as they were. Again, once again, 2 straight weeks, 2 huge teams.
Do you need gravel for that driveway, parking area, or roadway? Call Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel at 262-5118. Ready-mix concrete? Well, call Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel at 262-5118. And our radio dispatch trucks will be right out. Whether it's sand and gravel, crushed stone, ready-mix concrete, oil and chip. Call Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel, 262-5118.
She's a working mom, a real breadwinner. Earn the night off and let Hardee's cook dinner.
Now there's more of that juicy Hardee's taste in every bite of our fresh and juicy chicken, because now it's marinated. And now Hardee's offers its family value meal for just $10.99. 8 pieces of chicken, 4 made-from-scratch biscuits, your choice of 2 large side dishes, and
Come on in and get it.
a peach cobbler made fresh in our kitchen. The family value meal.
Fresh from the kitchen at Hardee's.
It's on to Benton now for the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. They defeated Murphysboro here in a first-round 3A playoff football game at Riverview Stadium. The final 29-20. And gentlemen, I don't know who wants to lead off, but we learned a thing or two about our team on this day.
Yeah, really learned some valuable lessons. We really didn't know how we would react in a close game late in the ball game. Remember, Murphysboro's keys to the game, they felt for them to get a victory was to play Mount Carmel close. They didn't think Mount Carmel would have it at the end because we've had so many blowouts. Well, not the case today. When the game came down to the wire and the offense and the defense had to make the big plays, they did, and you see the result, a win for the Aces. So I think if nothing else we learned today that in tight ball games, yes, this football team can perform. It's not just the blowout caliber games that we have good showings in.
And I tell you what, that third quarter, I wondered if we were going to have the ball the whole time.
Yeah, that really was the turning point of the ball game because Murphysboro really couldn't get anything going because the Aces had the ball the entire time, but the Aces really missed a couple of chances to put points on the board, but finally they took advantage of the chance after Murphysboro fumbled to them 2 straight possessions. They finally took advantage. That was really the ball game there where they finally scored, got over that hump, and really let the defense take over, and they did in the fourth quarter.
Now it's on to Benton, and nothing we haven't seen before at a Harrisburg, a wing T offense.
Yeah, the Benton Rangers, the preliminary feeling on them is a wing T offense, full house backfield. They like to run it tackle to tackle, much like any river-to-river team. They remind you very much of Harrisburg. They have a very good fullback and a very good tackle as well, a Division I prospect. So, plus, I think you mentioned it earlier, the one type of team you hate to see in the playoffs is the Cinderella story, which is exactly what they have in Benton.
Yeah. Last year they barely missed at 6-3. This year they're in. They feel like they've got something to prove. It's no surprise that Jeff Roper, the coach at Benton, would look like Harrisburg because he was a former assistant coach at Harrisburg. So that's where we're going to be next week. The Aces at Benton in the second round. Let's hope we can get a chance to play another home game here at Riverview.
Here come the Aces. Mount Carmel High School Golden Aces football on Mount Carmel's own WCJ TV 12 is brought to you by the Bank of Mount Carmel, Corwin Printing, Swartz Heating and Air Conditioning, Mount Carmel Sand and Gravel, Hardee's, The Clubhouse, Security Bank and Trust Company, Little Italy's Pizza, Mount Carmel Public Utility, Shocks Body and Glass and Deck Hill Battery, The Bookkeepers, Kiefer Lumber, Taco Tierra, Three Rivers Credit Union, SK Smith Electric, Red and White, Dersh Energies, the J. Wilderman Autoplex, Dairy Queen, the Apothecary Shop, Patriot Motors, Wabash General Hospital, and by the new Mix 100.5 WSJD. This is a special sports presentation of WCJ TV 12 and Wabash Communications.